So, uh, how's it going? How's everybody doing? How are we doing today? It is Thursday, August. What is the date? I don't even know the date today. Honestly, I don't. August 11th, Thursday, August 11th, 2022. How are we doing? Tomorrow is the first preseason game of the season. Can you believe it? Like, oh, that smile I had was genuine because I'm so excited. It's the first preseason game of the entire season. The Niners play the Green Bay Packers. Wow, the rivalry is deep. The Niners have owned the Packers in the playoffs. And, it's always fun to play the Packers. I know it's a preseason game, but it's the first game, and it's the Packers, the rivalry. It'll still be fun. The last time we played the Packers, we know what happened. It was a playoff game for the ages, a defensive battle. Special teams basically won the game. Debo won the game with that third down heroic play, and then Robbie Gould sealed the deal. What a game. What a game. I don't know if anybody's going. If you are, let me know. I hope you have fun at the game. It's always good times, the vibes, Levi Stadium. So we got to talk about that game. There's been some rumors today, like a lot of rumors about Jimmy Garoppolo and the Browns. I'm sure everybody's heard about it by now. And Leon O'Neal, as we expected, he came back and he got added to the injured reserve. Cleared waivers. He's on the injured reserve. So it gives him a little bit of a chance. Hopefully he gets healthy and they give him a shot down the road. But yeah, how are we doing today? How is everybody going? I want y'all to come on in, hit that like button, ask me some questions. Let's talk about the game tomorrow. It's a preseason game, but this game might mean a little bit more than you would think because there's 3 preseason games. They got to cut this roster down to 53 eventually, and actually on the 16th, they actually have to cut this roster down just a bit. They have to get the team trimmed down a little bit. There's a few players they got to cut. So it's the first wave of cuts by the 16th of August. So this is a big game. There's some players that really need to show out and prove that they can continue to stay on the roster moving forward until they keep trimming the roster to 53. So yeah, first wave of cuts. And I like the preseason because this is where the rookies shine. This is where the undrafted players shine. This is their chance to kind of show everybody, this is my film, this is my moment, this is what I have. And if they're on the bubble, the team could be like, oh, okay, you're really looking good. You're looking great. And hold on, can y'all hear me? Because I don't know if my audio is working. I've been having some audio issues. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm not too sure if you can hear me. There has been some audio issues lately. If you can't hear me, I got to restart. Please let me know. I was having some audio issues today when I was on FaceTime. But you're good. Okay. It's a little bit in and out. We can hear you. I hope we can. Are we good? If not, I'll just restart the stream. Let me know. I could restart. Let me know. Before I get too much into this, I don't want to. Okay, we're good. Everybody says we're good. Okay, very good. We're good. We'll continue on. So, yeah, no, this is a big game because, preseason matters for the players that are on a bubble, right? There's players that may not make this team eventually, or they may want to make it or they might fight for that practice squad. Or if they don't make the team, at least they need to put some film on tape. That way other teams can look for them. So that's what I look at into preseason. The starters don't do much. But eventually they will play a little bit, right? They'll play a little bit. They will play just a tad bit. And we get to see some Trey Lance. We get to see Trey Lance tomorrow. I'm fucking excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see Trey Lance. It may not be a lot. It may just be a little bit of Trey Lance, but I'm excited to see Trey Lance. Are you guys excited to see Trey Lance? The first time he's opening his career as QB1. He's probably going to play a series or maybe 2. It's going to be fun. But you know what's going to happen is if Trey Lance struggles, there's going to be media. Oh, Trey Lance. It's a preseason game. This is where he can make mistakes. This is just him getting his feet wet. Get that beak wet. Go get that beak wet, young duck. Trey Lance is getting some opportunities tomorrow. I hope he comes out and has a phenomenal drive. One of the things I really noticed about Trey Lance this offseason is he's going to move the ball. He's not just looking to make a big time play. He can make splashy plays. Like there was times where he made splashy plays. But when Kyle has him in the offense and they're doing move the ball period, he's trying to look for that first down. He's trying to move the chains. He's different when they're playing like in that move the ball period. He's game situation. He's moving. He's moving. He can run. He can pass. The defense doesn't know what's gonna be thrown at them. I like Trey Lance, and I love Trey Lance, but I like his game. When he's in game situation, you could tell it's a whole different story. When you're just practicing plays, defense might win the play. They might win the rep. You're going up against an elite defense. So now we get to actually see him playing against another team's defense. And this is a huge test for Trey Lance, a huge test to see where he's at, from this training camp. This is a huge test to see where he's at from this training camp. And unfortunately, if he does do bad, people are going to rip him. So get used to the media. Anytime he has a bad game this year, media's going to be all over him. But you can't pay attention, and hopefully he blocks out the noise. I'm really hoping he has a solid performance tomorrow in his first preseason game as the starting quarterback of the 49ers. This is a big game for Trey Lance. The Trey Lance era is actually officially underway now. Like, it's been underway, but this is literally officially Trey Lance season tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. It's Trey Lance season, and we should all be excited. We should all be excited. But there's a lot of other people to be excited for. The rookies, Dre Jackson, Danny Gray, right? Sam Womack, who's been a phenomenal player in camp. You got TDP, man. These rookies look at Spencer Burford. This guy is a starting right guard in the league. Looks amazing. He's been playing amazing. I want to see Spence get his opportunity. Nick Zakel. There's a lot of players, undrafted guys that hopefully make this roster. Jason Poe, right? Jason Poe. A lot of players that we're excited to see make this roster. And it's just fun times because when you see a rookie out there, they're going to be trying so hard. They're going to be trying to make this squad. They're going to be trying to make highlight plays. It's good to see, man. It's great to see the rookies get their first opportunity. These guys are probably so happy. They're probably so excited. They're probably chomping at the bit to go out there and deliver a big play. So a lot of these guys might score their first touchdown, get their first tackle, get their first interception, things like that. So it's going to be good for the rookies. And, another rookie that I forgot to mention, Tariq Castro-Fields, the other rookie quarterback. So there's some good rookies. It's going to be fun to see them. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Then we'll get back to the preseason game. I'll have you ask some questions, see who you guys are looking forward to. But I'm excited, of course, about preseason. But I want to shift gears to Jimmy Garoppolo. So there was a lot of rumors today about Jimmy Garoppolo, right? The Browns are reporting that if Deshaun Watson's suspension goes longer than 6 games, which it could be, the NFL is pushing to get him suspended for at least a year. They're pushing to get a longer suspension, and the Niners might trade Jimmy to the Browns. They said the report from Mary Kabot is, let me pull up the report, that the Browns are looking to possibly get Jimmy Garoppolo. Here's the report. So the Browns are reportedly considering trading for 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo if Deshaun Watson's 6-game suspension is increased. And that's a very likely scenario. I don't know. How do you guys feel about Jimmy going to the Browns? I think it's better than going into a division rival because the other options would be the Rams. Matt Stafford's kind of having some arm issues. He's having some injuries, tendonitis. And then you got the Seahawks, who they don't really have a great quarterback right now. They're kind of in limbo. I'm sure if Jimmy was released, those two teams would want to come and get Jimmy Garoppolo, a veteran. He knows the NFC West. I think they'd want him, get some intel on how to play the Niners. It would make more sense for one of those teams to steal him, right? They always try to steal our players. But I think sending him to the AFC, they have a solid run game. They got a good defense. I think Jimmy going to the Browns would be good for both teams if Deshaun Watson gets suspended longer than 6 games. So that whole situation is starting to get a little bit more interesting. There's always been rumors of Jimmy going to the Browns. I don't know. I think it's definitely a possibility, but would they want to trade him if they're desperate and the Niners are like, look, we're not going to cut him because the Seahawks or the Rams are going to get him. We'll have to trade him. And the Browns might be willing to give him a little bit more than most teams. This is what I said earlier. I was live. I think the Browns are the only team that will be willing to give the Niners more than a 5th-round pick. Other than the Browns, I don't think the Niners are going to get more than a 5th-round pick. Baker Mayfield went for a 5th-round pick. Maybe the Niners want a 3rd-round pick, and maybe the Browns would be willing to offer that. I don't know, but I think that would be the only team to be willing to give up anything more than the 5th round pick, maybe a 3rd rounder. So maybe the Niners use this leverage and say, hey, you guys need a quarterback. Deshaun Watson just got suspended for a year. Trade him to us. We want a 3rd round pick. Because if the Niners cut him, he can sign with any team he wants. And I think the Browns would make it work. So it is interesting. I don't know. It's a crazy situation. It's definitely a developing situation. We got to keep a close eye on it. I'm more than ever now looking at this Deshaun Watson situation. I was kind of looking into it, and I was like, I don't think they'll get Jimmy. Hey, they signed some quarterback. They got Jacoby Brissett, and I think they're happy with them. But the report today kind of changes everything. It kind of throws a little bit of fuel to the whole Jimmy Garoppolo fire. And I think this is the last effort. This is the last chance the Niners actually have of making a trade making a trade on Jimmy Garoppolo. This is the last chance. Any team would be willing to trade for. I don't think any other team would trade for Jimmy. I really don't. I really don't think so. I mean, before this happened today, I think the only team that Jimmy was probably going to go to was the New York Giants. I think the Giants still make sense. They got a new coach, and I don't think he really cares about Danny Dimes. I think Danny Dimes is not their guy. So they'd be okay with getting rid of Danny. You bring in Jimmy, he's a veteran. You go get a rookie quarterback next year in the draft, and you have this bridge. Jimmy's already done the bridge role. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let's get to some of these questions. Let's see what your takes are. What's up, media? Let's see. Big Fish, bang, bang, Nina, gang. Inkwell says, are you over 5'5"? Barely, I'm 5'6". I'm a short guy. Thanks to my mom. She was 5 foot tall, blessed with no height. My daughter, though, is tall, almost as tall as me. She's almost as tall as me. She's 14 years old. Unbelievable. Adrian Aguilar says, TDP going to score his first TD. I think TDP scores a touchdown tomorrow. This guy has been money in camp. So good when he hits that edge. He's a hard runner. I hope he trucks someone because he's been trucking defenders in practice. TDP, first touchdown. I would love to see it. 49er Dog. Just wondering why YouTube so much when you have many more followers on Instagram. Just not hating. Well, this is how you develop your brand. I have a brand that I've worked hard for. I know I have a big Instagram following, but I'm doing this as a full-time gig now. I'm not just doing it to post content. Of course, I want to post content, but I'm building my brand. I have Instagram, and I keep grinding on that. You have YouTube. You have Twitter. If you want to make this a brand, if I want to be on the sidelines reporting and getting you exclusive content, you have to build your brand and show that you have a diverse portfolio. You have to write. You have to podcast. You have to do everything. You have to do everything you can in social media atmosphere to build yourself. And not only that, I put in a lot of work. And if I build YouTube's, a fan base, I can do more for you. I can get more content. Again, there's different avenues. It's not just one. You can't just limit yourself to one pod. Of course, I'm going to still post on Instagram. I know I get more viewers, but I'm trying to grow myself, my brand on other platforms. And you know what? If you go on YouTube, you get monetized. And if I'm going to do this full time and I step down from my position at work, I think I should get monetized because I've been putting in a lot of work over the last few years. Grinding, we got a lot of things in the works, and that's the way social media works. If I'm focusing on social media 100%, then you got to build your platform. You don't limit yourself. I don't think so. I'm chasing my dream, and I'm going to keep growing my brand. Our SF49ers is my brand, and I also got some sponsorships. Residency, official sponsor partner. We making moves, man. But no hate. I know you respect it, but that's the answer. I'm just trying to build my brand and my platform. So. Appreciate y'all. Some people know other people, and you become friends with certain people and you get connections. But that's what it's all about. Social media is all about making connections. When I was at training camp all week, you meet people, you get in, you make connections, and that's how you grow. It's not just posting. You got to make connections to continue to grow. So that's it. I'll get off my platform. I'll get off my soapbox there. Let's get back to the Niners. That's what we really want to talk about. Let's see. I appreciate you, R.A. Appreciate you so much. Let's see. Adrian Aguilar says, is Womack going to be playing tomorrow? I would love to see how he does against Jordan Love throwing. I believe Womack's playing. I think he should play. He's a rookie. and he's been shining in training camp. I honestly think Sam Womack, when it's all said and done this season, will be your starting nickel corner. I think he's going to be that slot cornerback that replaces K'Wan Williams. I don't know if he's going to start initially to start the season. It's close. He's been getting first team reps, and I really like the game that Womack has. Kid out of Toledo is phenomenal. I'm very much impressed with what he's done in training camp. He's made big plays. He's done great in his one-on-ones. He's played with the first team. He's slowly inching up the depth chart to being your number one slot corner. I'm telling you, Sam Womack, this guy, he could play outside too, but he's better suited for that inside role. He's got that speed. I think they could use him on those corner blitzes, those nickel blitzes that they used to do with K1. Like, that's a specialty, and I love it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about preseason again? Answers. Throw some questions. Who do you want to see like perform? What rookie? What young player? What players do you obviously want to see Trey Lance, and it's going to be fun. But what younger players do you want to see play? Because I'm sure there's somebody that you guys want to see and you want to talk about. I'm excited for the whole team. Like, honestly, I literally am excited. There's a guy that not a lot of people are talking about, Jordan Mason. I'm excited for Jordan Mason, running back. This guy's been a gem in camp. Malik Turner. So excited to see Malik Turner. Big fan of Malik. He turned it up in camp. Very, very, very exciting. I'm excited to see who wins the quarterback too. Nate Sudfeld and Brock Purdy. It's not a done deal. I think Sudfeld has the lead, but you never know. Preseason comes and maybe you start becoming a preseason warrior. I still think Nate Sudfeld's your QB2 when it's all said and done, but I want to see how these quarterbacks do, right? Let's get to those questions. Here we go. Here we go. One says we should trade Jimmy for the Browns running back. Let's get to that because a lot of people said we should trade for Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt wants a supermax deal. That's why he wants out of the Browns. Niners aren't going to give a running back a supermax deal. They just paid Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel could play running back and wide receiver. They're not going to get a running back because they have Elijah Mitchell, TDP, Trey Sermon, Jordan Mason, and Jeff Wilson Jr. and Jermichael Hasty. They got a lot of running backs. There's no reason to get Kareem Hunt. I get it. It would be amazing. Oh, my God, the Niners got Kareem Hunt. They traded away Jimmy. Like, it would break headlines. But it makes no sense. It's not Madden. It's not a video game. It would be amazing. I know he wants out of Cleveland. And I know the Niners, and they're saying they're willing to trade, or he's wanting a trade, and they're saying they're willing to trade for Jimmy. But I have no clue. I have no reason to believe why they would trade Kareem Hunt to the Niners. Again, I know he'd be phenomenal, but I don't see it happening because he wants a super max. The Niners have a multitude of running backs, and there's no reason for him to be traded to the Niners. But that's just a lot. I've seen that a lot today. I've seen a lot of people throwing that out. Oh, Jimmy should get traded to the Browns for Kareem Hunt. Browns would be really stupid. I know the Browns are kind of a poverty franchise, but I don't even think the Browns would make that. That's something even the Browns wouldn't do. Definitely wouldn't be something they would do. So, let's see. 49er Dog says, man, I hope TDP and Mason balls out tomorrow. Me too. I really have been a fan of both of them in training camp. They've both been having just amazing days. Amazing days. Inkwell says, are you streaming games this year? I don't know. I did get my page deactivated 2 days in a row. And I'm kind of like debating it with copyright rules. Instagram's becoming very strict. I'm on the fence. I don't know. I hope you guys don't hate me if I don't stream it. I really, really, really am considering not. I know a lot of people follow me before that, but it's something I've been really debating all off season, and it's kind of hurting me thinking about it because it's just like I know I do this for the fans, but I don't want to lose my page. Losing my page the last few days was kind of a crappy feeling, especially now that I'm trying to do this full time. But you got to be a little safe when it comes to the copyright rules. Instagram's wild, Let's see. SF 49ers for life says Jordan Mason. Avery says Price. Yeah, everybody wants to see TDP. Daniel Kim says Aaron Banks. Me too. I'm excited. This is a redemption year for Aaron Banks. Last year was kind of a redshirt year, but he's pretty good in camp. He's cut down weight. He's had some solid days. He's played left guard next to Trent Williams. The one thing I will criticize Aaron Banks for is he gets a lot of false starts. He gets a lot of false starts, and that's something he needs to clean up. Like, it's training camp, and your boy is getting false starts. It's better get cleaned up because in the regular season, boy, we're going to chew him up. I already know the comments are going to be like, oh, this man can't false start every day. So, at the end of the day, does need to clean that up. But he's been looking pretty good in camp. I will say, Aaron Banks. RA says Danny Gray. I think everybody's excited to see Danny Gray. I think he can do really well in training camp, or sorry, preseason. He didn't have the greatest of training camp, but he's a rookie. He went through his ups and downs. He had a rookie type training camp, but he's going to be playing against backup quarterbacks and third string quarterbacks. I think Danny Gray is going to cook these boys up because he was going well against the third team. When Danny Gray was up against third string cornerbacks like Quantrez Knight and stuff, I mean, he was burning them. But the problem is when he's in press coverage against your ones, when he's going up against those first team corners, he had a hard time separating, and that's to be expected as a rookie. He still needs to get his strength up. Hasn't been in an NFL weight room for that long, so those are things that he has to continue to improve. But I will see. We're going to see him up against backups and other rookies. I think Danny Gray should have a really good preseason, and I'm excited to see him. He runs so fast, quick burst. Drobe says, "What's your take on Spencer Burford?" I'm a huge fan, a big fan. Not only because I've met the guy and I've talked to him, you could see it in his press conference that he's just a pure professional, like a humble guy. He has that it factor. He's got that swag. He has a good mindset. He wants to be a winner. He wants to be a good player. And he trained with Trent Williams. He learned a lot. You could tell, like, a lot of Trent Williams has rubbed off on this guy. And I'm so excited. He was so good in camp. Like, he started right guard on the first team the whole camp. When he first started, you could tell he was trying to figure it out, trying to get his place in there, trying to, assert himself. It was starting a little slow. As the days went by, as he kept stacking days, like he just blossomed. He was such a good right guard out there. One-on-ones, like he was winning his one-on-ones. He was holding his block. His footwork got better. His hand placement was, he just got better the whole time. Like he went from day 1 to day 12, and it was just, man, what a transformation. He really put in the work. I'm excited about Spencer Burford, and I hope they give him that starting spot. Just a great young man. That's what I got to say. Like, if you've ever spent time talking to a guy like that guy, he'll blow your socks off. And, he answers DMs. He says, he goes, I'm just, like, this is the one thing he said to me. And I was like, man, you're really engaging with fans. And I said, you're really, like, down to earth. He goes, honestly, we're both human beings. We both bleed blood. We both breathe the same air. We both breathe, the same oxygen. And he goes, I'm no better than you. I'm no different than you. He goes, I just got the opportunity to play football because I worked hard at this specific thing in my life. I was like, damn, man, this guy, his mindset is incredible. So that's the type of guy Spencer Burford is. And I'm rooting for this guy. I'm head over heels excited about him. So that's my thoughts on Spencer. Good dude. Very good dude. Let's get to some more. Let's see. Inkwell says, I'm looking for the backup running back battle. Me too. We all know Elijah Mitchell's running back 1, but who else is going to start? Is Trey Sermon going to be running back 2? He looked good. Is TDP going to sneak up that depth chart and be running back 2? How's Jeff Wilson going to look? He looked pretty good. His cuts looked better. He was running pretty fast. He didn't show any signs of injury this offseason. And then you have Jordan Mason. The guy could be an undrafted gem. And then you have JaMycal Hasty. Will he stay on the roster? I don't know. I don't think so. But JaMycal Hasty typically performs well in the preseason. If he's a preseason warrior, he might do enough to make the team because he does play special teams, and it's kind of tough. So we'll see. How has Drake Jackson been doing? Drake Jackson has had a pretty good camp for a rookie lineman, right? Like, of course, he's had his ups and downs. He played with the third team a lot, but he was beating those guys for a good portion of camp. They moved him up to the second team. He had some days where he played with the first team, and he got dominated by Trent Williams, but that's to be expected. Trent Williams is a monster. He's a beast. But I think Drake really developed. He did good on his one-on-ones. He really listened to the coaches. He seems excited out there. I think this guy eventually will be a starter in this D-line, and I'm excited to see Drake Jackson. You can just tell he's a guy that's just happy to be there. He really enjoys the sport, so he cherishes this opportunity. That's the kind of vibe I get from him. Like, he's just happy to be there. But again, give him a year in the NFL weight room. Let him get his body in the peak it is. Like, look at Kinlaw this year. He's way different this year compared to where he was as a rookie. Big guy, but now he's just in this perfect chiseled form. Drake Jackson will get there eventually, but I think Drake will be solid. I don't know what to expect of him as a rookie, but I don't think he's going to be I don't think he's going to be this 10 sack rookie. I just don't. And plus, there's a lot of depth, and you got a lot of guys that are going to rotate off this line. But I think Drake Jackson will be a nice, solid rookie, and as he continues to grow and learn the system, he'll be a star in this team. So, Adrian, how has Tariq Castro been doing? He hasn't had a standout camp. Played mainly with the threes. The guy that stood out as far as rookie quarterbacks, again, and I mentioned this, was Sam Womack. Sam Womack was phenomenal. I think this preseason will be big for both of them. This is a guy I'm kind of looking to really see show me something is Tariq Castro Fields. Because again, he didn't get a lot of opportunities this training camp, and I feel like this is a preseason where a guy like that can really start showing, hey, this is me. And some people get more opportunities in the game, or some people play better in the game. Practice, some players just don't stand out in practice, and Tariq was one of those guys. I think preseason is going to be a big deal for a guy like Tariq. So we'll see what happens with this guy. My man, hey, Peter Parker, what's good? This is a phenomenal supporter. I love all you, but hey, Peter Parker, man, this guy's been riding for a long time. Always showing the support. Appreciate every single one of you. Hit the like button on your way in, please, if you can. Let's see. My man, SF Niners for Life says, I'm sitting next to Aaron Banks' dad tomorrow. If you know, you know. Aaron Banks' dad. Let's go, man. Yo, man, SF Niners must be a longtime follower of me because he knows the story. He knows the vibes. Oh, my God, man. Did you meet Dr. Disrespect? Yeah, I got pictures with Dr. Disrespect. I got to meet him. That dude's cool. He's tall, bro. Dr. Disrespect's taller than Trey Lance. That guy's tall. He's a funny dude. He's a cool, funny dude. When I pulled up to training camp today, he was there. I go to the parking lot, and I see him by the helmet. He's, like, taking pics and doing, like, his stuff. And I was like, oh, Dr. Disrespect's there. They're going to be doing something big. And then I see him do all the stuff later in the day. He's a character. Definitely a funny guy. So, how many sacks does Drake get? Drake Jackson? I think he'll finish the season with 5 or 6 sacks. I'll say, let's give him 6. Let's give Drake Jackson 6. Let's be nice and give him 6. That's how many sacks I think Drake Jackson will get. I'll be optimistic and say 6. If he has 6 as a rookie, with this depth, with Samson Ebicam, and everybody else you got, with Nick Bosa, with the depth that they have on this D-line, if Drake Jackson give you 6 as a rookie, that's a good rookie season. My man Jair says, is the Browns a good team for Jimmy G? What do you think? I think it's a good spot for Jimmy. I mean, they have a pretty good team. The only thing is the Browns. They do have a tough-nosed defense. They have a stingy defense. Good corners, good D-line. They got a good running game. They got a great running game. Jimmy, he loves that run game. They got some solid receivers. You got my boy Amari Cooper there. I think that would be a good duo. It's not a bad team. Like, everybody was expecting the Browns to be a top-flight AFC team when Deshaun Watson's there. Obviously, you temper expectations. Jimmy's not Deshaun, but I still think he'd be a formidable quarterback for the Browns, and I think the Browns are not a bad spot. I mean, you got to look at the options. You have the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think they're that great, and I think the Browns are a better spot than Seattle. And then you have the Giants. The Giants, I don't know. Giants kind of suck. Jimmy would be a star there for at least 2 years. And then you got maybe Miami if they don't like Tua. Then you got maybe Houston, but I think they like, what's his face? Name's drawing the blank. What's the Mills? Davis Mills, sorry. I think Houston, I don't think they want a guy like Jimmy. They're happy with their quarterback situation. So honestly, the Browns is probably the best situation other than maybe the Giants for them, because the Giants, they don't like Danny Dimes. But I think the Browns have a better team than the Giants. So I think it's a good situation for them. Not a bad situation. Jair says, what would we get in return? Yeah, honestly, I think Jimmy, to me, shouldn't get more than a 5th-round pick based on how late it is. But if any team is going to give more than a 5th-round pick, it's the Browns. And we talked about this earlier. The Browns would probably, knowing the Browns, because they're the Browns are the Browns, will probably give up a 3rd-round pick. Just knowing the Browns, they would probably give the Niners a 3rd-round pick. But I don't think Jimmy anywhere else would get more than a 5th-round pick. It's just his value. Baker Mayfield went for a 5th-round pick, and he was the number 1 pick a few years ago. So you got to base that on the market value. But I think the Browns would be crazy, and they'd be like, shit, we'll give you a 3rd-round pick. if they have a third-round pick. So, hey, Peter Parker says, bet Drake going to have more sacks than Jennings has TDs. Oh, man. Woo! Let's. We'll have to make a bet. Me and you have to make a bet because that's tough. My ego says, are you ready to chop some cheese? I'm not just ready to chop some cheese. I'm ready to shred it, grate it, and melt that cheese, baby. I'm excited. What do you guys think of your... Let's talk about score. You know, it is hard to predict the score in preseason, but because you're not going to see your starters playing much. The Green Bay Packers are playing Jordan Love. I don't think he's that great, but they got to throw some film out there. They need to see what they got in Jordan Love. It's going to be this defense. Let me tell you, this defense at every level has been phenomenal in training camp. The defensive line, first team, second team, and third team, they're all just stout, man. There's some dogs on that line at each level. Kamiko Toure, bro, this man, he played with the third team pretty much the whole time in camp, and he was zooming. He was flying. I'm excited to see Toure. This guy is going to give the Packers nightmares. I think he's going to be a stud. I think TDP will have a great day. I think Malik Turner is going to have a solid night. Don't sleep on Jordan Mason. Man, I think some of these camp risers are good. There's a Marcelino McCrary Ball. Keep an eye on that, man. This guy had a good-ass camp. Honestly, all the linebackers were really good. Obviously, we got a great linebacker in D'Amico. We have a great linebacker team, and D'Amico Ryans was a former linebacker. But, man, Marcelo McCrary Ball, I think he's going to be a stud tomorrow night. I'm looking for Sam Womack to get a pick. I think this Niner defense is going to be all over the place. I feel that it's going to be a 24-10 49er victory in Levi Stadium, 24-10. I think that we're just going to have a great day. Defense is going to bring the pressure. I think Trey Lance is going to throw a touchdown pass. I hope Brandon Ayuk's there, because if Brandon Ayuk's there, he's going to throw that shit to Brandon Ayuk, because those two have been money in the bank. I hope to see it. I'm excited. Oh, my God. Niner football is finally back. Let's see what your guys' predictions were. We got Ray Lynn says, go Niner gang. Let's see. My ego says, I'll be at the home opener against Seattle. Is the museum up to is the museum open? It should be. They should be opening it this season. It's been closed for a while. I was there the other day. It was amazing. I think they're opening it up this year, but I would call them and get all the information, because it changes a lot depending on the game week situation. Definitely call them up to get up-to-date information. Let's see. SF Niners for Life says 31-3. Eric says 24-13. My man, Hey Peter Parker says, for Jimmy, I'd be happy with a 4-piece Happy Meal. Extra sauce on the nuggets, right? Let's go. Kareem Hunt for Garoppolo. That's a pipe dream. Hey Peter Parker says 23-10. Niner gang. My ego says, do you think the rumors of Jimmy getting cut and possibly signing with another team has Cleveland interest heightened? I think the more they kind of bring these rumors up, and I talked about this again, if there's a rumor of the Rams trying to get Jimmy, the Rams might get Jimmy because Matt Stafford's arm's hurt. If the Niners are smart, they would be on this and say, hey, we got to trade him. We don't want him to go to the Rams. The Rams are offering. They can lie and say the Rams are offering for Jimmy. What are you going to give us, Cleveland? And Cleveland's, Deshaun Watson down. Deshaun, you want a second-round pick, John? Like something like that. They have to use this to their advantage. I think that's a phenomenal comment. It's a phenomenal question. The Niners better get on this, and this is their last chance. This is their last chance to get Jimmy traded. Otherwise, they're going to cut him, and then some team could sneak him off and say, oh, come here, Jimmy. Seattle. The LA Rams would definitely. The LA Rams would sign this man. Sean McVay would sign him. I'm telling you, I know they would. They don't care how much money they got to pay. They'd use whatever tactics they use, and they'd sign this man. Can you imagine Jimmy on the Rams or Seattle? Can you imagine him on one of those teams? Just close your eyes and picture Jimmy Garoppolo in a Rams uniform. Oh, I just threw up. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? See, Day says 26-7. My ego says 26-6. Snooze 49ers amateur quarterback says, or amateur draft scout says, snooze ball preseason is back. 19-12 49ers. Yeah, you know, not everybody loves the preseason. I'm excited because it means football is back. I know they're not the most exciting games. They're not riveting sometimes, but football, and more importantly, 49er football, is back and better than ever. And Trey Lance plays tomorrow. Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm so hyped up. I'm so damn hyped up. This is going to be a great game. Eric says, I'm just excited to see a small glimpse of Trey. And that's it. I'm so excited. If he plays one series, I'm phenomenally going to be excited tomorrow. I'll have a beautiful day. I'll have a beautiful Friday. If Trey Lance plays one snap, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a touchdown to BA. But no, in all seriousness, I don't think they're going to play Trey too much. Maybe a series. Maybe 2 offensive series at the most. You don't want to throw him out there too much, but he does need the reps against another team. My man Eric says, I got to bring the breakdancing tomorrow. You know what? This is why I love football, because it's time for me to bring the victory celebrations. We're going to be breakdancing on YouTube. We're going to be breakdancing on Instagram. We're going to be breakdancing on TikTok. We're going to be breakdancing all season long. As long as we win, y'all will get a victory breakdance from me. You know how it goes. I'm excited. Hey, Peter Parker says, that's why I'm tuning in. Personally, not a preseason watcher, but I want to see Trey area. And that's it, man. I think this is going to make everybody super duper excited. Like, I thought about going to the game tomorrow just to go and see Trey Lance for a series. But it's my daughter's birthday weekend. I got to kind of plan it a little bit better. So I got to plan. I have certain schedule to keep because me and her mom got to split her through the weekend. So I don't think I'm going to go to a game. It's just easier. But anyways, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be exciting. I think the Niners should come out and they should win this game. You know, they got the home crowd, the fans. And we own the Packers. Let's be honest. We shred them. We always shred them for the most part. And there's been times where they got the best of us. But it's a hell of a rivalry. Even though it's preseason, it's just a historic rivalry. Man, I'm excited. You know, I watched the other night. I was watching that preseason or the playoff game that we had against the Packers. That was just a phenomenal game. God, high level. Both teams were playing just high intensity defense. Like Fred Warner with the forced fumble. That was an underrated play. Deebo Samuel returning a kick to start the second half. The guy, third down play to will his way, limping on a bad leg, and he gets the first down. Talanoa Hufanga scoops the ball after Jordan Willis blocks the kick. You had Jimmy Ward blocking the field goal. There were so many big moments. Nick Bosa and Arik Armstead flying. Nick Bosa wearing a sleeveless shirt in frozen tundra field. This guy's a polar bear. That was a phenomenal game, one of the best games. Robbie Gould kicking the game-winning field goal. And after the game, Jimmy Garoppolo says, fuck the Packers. What a game. What a game. What a game, man. What a game. Jair says Aaron Rodgers is going to have flashbacks on the divisional game offer. He's probably going to have flashbacks of all 4 playoff games that we have beat. Kaepernick running down the sideline and he kisses his bicep. Fucking classic game. Jimmy Garoppolo handing the ball off to Raheem Mostert an excessive amount of times, and Raheem Mostert just zooming. Richard Sherman with the interception. Aaron Rodgers gets sent home packing. And then, of course, the game we just mentioned, the game from last year. You gotta fucking love it. Niners, Packers, tomorrow evening. First 49ers football game of the season. How can you not be excited? Hello. I'm excited. I can't wait. The rookies are going to get their chance to play. Undrafted players. Keep an eye out for Jason Poe. This guy has been great in the training camp. He's been moved up to second-team guard. I'm actually going to be keeping an eye on the O-line very closely tomorrow. This is a point that I don't know a lot of people are talking about is O-line. We need to see who is going to make this team at the O-line. Is Jordan Mills going to be that swing tackle? There's a lot of questions to be answered on the offensive line. And I think tomorrow is a good day to keep an eye on the O-line. I'm going to keep a close eye because that is a position where we have a lot of questions. So that's something you guys need to keep an eye out. Again, nickel cornerback. Who's going to stand out and play the nickel? It's safety. I know we got Hufunga. I know we got Tarvarius Moore. But are they going to bring in who's going to still stay on this roster at safety? Will Dante Johnson get moved into the slot? Will he play outside? He's a veteran. Like there's certain positions we really got to keep an eye on. You guys mentioned it, the running back position, right? Who's going to stick to this roster? Will they keep 4 running backs? Will they keep 5? Who's going to shine? Will they keep a 6th receiver? All right. Will they keep a 6th receiver? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to keep a 6th receiver. They may not. And who's it going to be? Is it going to be Malik Turner, Marcus Johnson, Willie Snead? Who's going to step into that 6th receiver role? That's a big position to watch tomorrow. And then, of course, backup quarterback. And then D-line. The D-line is so immensely talented. Who do you cut? Who's going to make the final roster at D-line? There's a lot of good players on this D-line. Like, any one of these defensive linemen could make any single team in the NFL. They can make any single team on the NFL. So this is a deep D-line. Just watch how much they can rotate these guys and who stands out tomorrow. These guys are playing for their lives, and it's going to be fun. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. We'll see what happens with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think at the end of the day, if he gets traded, it has to be as soon as the Deshaun Watson ruling gets figured out. It's going to be moving quick. If they keep the 6 games, I think the Niners might just end up cutting him, and somebody will snake him up. It's going to be crazy, man. It's definitely a interesting situation with Jimmy Garoppolo, and it's moving quick. We're getting closer to the start of the season, and we're going to figure out what the hell's going to happen with Jimmy sooner rather than later. Man. Adrian says Kalia Davis is going to be cut, you think? I don't think they're going to cut him. He'll probably start the season on the PUP or injury reserve list because Kalia Davis came into the season off a torn ACL. So this is going to be a free season, a redshirt season for Kalia Davis. He is rehabbing. I've seen him out there. He's been doing stuff. He's posted stuff on his gram, running and things like that. But he's coming off a torn ACL, so this is going to be a lost season for him. Kind of like Kentavious Street, where they drafted him. He got the rookie season to kind of rest. And I think he'll start the year either on PUP or injured reserve. That's what's going to happen with Kalia Davis. My man, My Ego says, how would you feel if Kyle brings Jimmy in for a series? Holy shit. I mean, I don't know if he's healthy enough to play a series, but obviously they said he's fully cleared. So, can you imagine Jimmy Garoppolo plays a series tomorrow? Oh my God. Can you imagine? They you know what they should? Go showcase Jimmy. Tell the teams, yo, he's healthy. Can you imagine they put Jimmy in tomorrow? That would be good TV. Can you imagine? 49ers Twitter would be dumb lit. Would be crazy if they put Jimmy Garoppolo. If they put Jimmy Garoppolo in at quarterback tomorrow for a series. I don't think Kyle will do it. I'm pretty sure Jimmy's going to be in street clothes tomorrow. Chilling, maybe in the booth. I doubt he's going to be on the sidelines. He's probably going to be in that booth chilling, watching the game. But if Kyle were to put this man in the game, the fans would lose their mind. That'd be crazy. Oh, man. Jair says, Jimmy's song was Return of the Mac. What will Trey Lance's song? It's going to be 5 on it. You nailed it. Lunes, I got 5 on it. So, the Slasher Gamer. What do you think about Debo and Jake Paul's girlfriend's DMs? Honestly, I saw the video. Pretty funny. I'm not going to speak on it. I'm not going to speculate. I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. It was a very funny viral video. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to speculate on that whole situation. Definitely don't need to get in trouble from anybody on that. I'm going to leave it at that, my guy. That's it for today. I love you guys. Appreciate the support on all platforms. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I even got a TikTok. We're going to be posting on that. I've been trying to post a lot on it. But I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, and keep giving me the support. Because I love you guys more than you know. More than anything. I don't know how much... I don't think you guys know how much I appreciate all the support I get. Training camp was a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed the content I provided. I know I can get better. I know there's still stuff for me to improve on. And, going to training camp was an absolutely amazing experience. I learned a lot. I connected with many people and, just gave me so many more visions of how to, provide content for this team for you guys. And that's what it's all about, providing the great quality content for the Niner faithful and giving you up-to-date news and analysis and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Go Niners. Let's get that dub tomorrow, shall we? Have a blessed day. Take care and enjoy the rest of your night. Love you.